Richard Kiely, thanks for joining us here on the
Face of
MacLife.
Bellator, please.
Face of Bellator, excuse me, I should have known that. We're just a half an hour or so removed from the press conference up there. A bit of a shoving match on stage with your September opponent.
Yeah, look, come here. It just goes to show that he's rattled. You know, he was messing with his phone, the fake laugh and the fake clapping. That just goes to show he hasn't got the cognitive faculties to be able to keep up with me. And then, you know, as soon as someone puts his hand in and then jumps behind security guards, that just goes to show that a rattle. You could see it in his face as well. But leave him to it. That doesn't bother me. Like I said, if you really want to do it, like just say to me, listen, I'll meet you downstairs in 10 seconds or 10 minutes behind in the car park at the Gibson. We can sort it out then. But like, look, leave him to it. He was marginalised at the side of the stage where he should be, and I was centre stage getting my picture taken by all you good people, which was very.
It's the face of Bellator, I suppose. That's
of course.
It's written on the ticket.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you know, he's rattled. I think now that, like I said, I think when he took the fight, it was made an emotive decision. It was an emotive decision he made, based on the fact that he was after coming off a very bad knockout, and he saw a 3-1 fighter. And like I said, he likes being the hammer, doesn't like being the nail. So he said, "There's a 3-1 fighter. I'm going to go and try and blitz him out." But I think now that the emotion has lifted and he's looking at things logically, he realises that he's in for a serious. He's in serious trouble. Right. He's in serious trouble. If he gets knocked out by a 3-1 fighter, which inevitably is going to happen, where does he go from there? I can tell you where I'm going to go from there.
Where's that?
Next shot, world title fight. It's not beyond, and you can laugh if you want, but people laughed when my first fight.
Exactly,
people laughed when my first fight my first fight. I called out Michael Venom Page and Paul Daly. People laughed. Yeah. That's happening now. My second fight, I was calling for a world title shot. That happened, you know. And now in my fourth fight, you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility when I take out there, so-called poster boy, that I assume his position, which I should do, and next in line for a world title shot. They can laugh all they want. But people have laughed before, and they're laughing out the other side of their mouths now.
Absolutely. People outside of the Irish martial arts community, maybe maybe not so much the UK, but certainly the United States and things like this, when this fight was announced, they kind of saw it like MVP was going up on stage there, like a 3-1 fighter. This isn't going to be an easy job. What is it that people are just not seeing about you? Do you know what I mean? Like, clearly you've got a big background in martial arts, traditional and mixed martial arts.
Yeah. They just haven't seen me. These are armchair pundits that looking at the disparity in records. They're at the MVP has had the Bellator marketing machine behind them, and people are susceptible to they drank the Gatorade, you know. Yeah. But the fact is they're commenting, so they can comment all they want, but they're commenting. Yeah. And this is going to be my coming out party. Once I knock him out, everyone's going to know who I am. You know? And I say I'm the face of Bellator now. I am the face of Bellator. Just a bit of contention over that now, but there won't be. You know, everyone will admit that I'm the face of Bellator subsequent to this fight.
Okay. After September 27th, it's going to be right in the plain as day. What you mentioned up on stage? What's a Blitz 1-2 merchant or 1-2 Blitz merchant? What's the
Blitz 1-2 merchants? It comes from a point fight background. So if you have a look at the majority of Vagina Page's fights, maintains distance, waits for an opponent to put his hands down when he thinks he's safe, and comes in with a 1-2. Just covers the distance and hits it with a 1-2. That's how he's won the majority of his fights.
You're just saying he's a point fighter essentially in mixed martial arts?
Point fighting is very good. I come from a point background.
But in mixed martial arts is not the best application of it sometimes.
Well, it depends. He's after doing it very successfully. The only thing is people don't understand it. Mm-hmm. You know, if you can do it well, it's obviously very effective. Okay. Yeah. The only thing I would say is that, you know, all this ostentatious movement that he's doing, again, you can look up ostentatious, Michael, when you get a chance. I'll sound it out for you. But all this ostentatious movement that he's doing, you know, is all obfuscation to try and create an opening. Yeah. I've seen all this before. Do all that. You waste your energy. You know, I'll just chill here and give you the finger, and you can do what you want. So that's what he does. He's one-dimensional. He's a coward. He likes being the hammer, doesn't like being the nail. Yeah. He doesn't get into a real fight. And now he knows that, you know, I'm in for a real fight.
Do you think he feels differently now post-press conference than he did pre-press conference?
I think he knows. He knew coming into the press conference that he was at to get himself. He was at to talk himself into trouble. Yeah. I don't think when he took the fight he realised the type of fighter that he was getting involved with. But I think now he does know. But he's definitely rattled after the press conference. He's gone home to lick his wounds there, and he's at to walking out in embarrassment because, like I said, he ended up at side stage, cowering behind security guards while I was centre stage. I didn't take a step back. He did, but that just goes to show his character.
Where do you think? So he's, what is he, 14-1 at this stage?
Yeah.
Lost his last fight obviously to Lima.
Lost his last fight to Lima.
Maybe didn't look great against Paul Daly before that as
Maybe.
well. Well, you know what I mean. I'm being diplomatic here. I'm a journalist.
Okay, well, if you're a journalist, you need to call the facts.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Didn't look fantastic in that fight.
No, he didn't.
But
and
previous,
then he fought an over the hill Cyborg Santos.
Yeah.
Who looked like he was on slow motion. Looked like he was trying to move through quicksand.
Yeah.
So it was bad matchmaking in that fight. That was a gimme fight for him.
Yeah.
To give him a name, but a name of give him I suppose a credible name, but clearly a guy that shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah.
And then this is the type of person that he is. He cracks his skull open with a knee. Cyborg shot from miles away. You could see it coming from Texas. He jumped into a knee.
Yeah.
And then when he's lying on the ground with a decompressed skull fracture, he gets a pokeball bounced off his head. And that's a testament to the character of the man. But let him try that with me.
Yeah. Where did the 14 wins on MVP's record? Where did those guys go wrong? Is it just? I mean, clearly
good enough. They clearly weren't good enough. They were fighters that were hand fed to him.
Yeah.
To build up a record, to pet a record. So in terms of where have they gone, I've never heard of them in the first place. I didn't know where they came from. Never mind where they're gone.
Yeah.
So I haven't got the answer to that question. I've never heard of any of them. I know we fought one fella who was a pumped up featherweight that came up to. This is the type of fighters he is. So but like I said, he has the Bellator marketing machine behind him. So people are all thinking that this is another can that's fed to him. And I think Bellator might even believe that as well. But I don't think Bellator know. Well, they do now.
Yeah.
But people don't know what he's after signing himself up for. I think he does now, and I think he's definitely regretting his decision.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I can't wait for September 27th.
I'm not regretting the decision, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my next question.
No, I'm definitely not regretting the decision.
Yeah.
I've manufactured this. I'm up there with Machiavelli. I might write go back to Renaissance times and
sonnet about it or something.
Yeah, might do. Why not? But I'm after orchestrating all this.
Yeah.
Who else? What other fighter has done it in four fights to get one of the biggest names in world MMA?
Yeah. There's not many examples.
Even Connor's achievements are unparalleled.
Yeah.
But even he hasn't done this within 4 fights.
Right.
And it's, as I said, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that once I give him a chinectomy that I'm fighting for a world Bellator title.
So
I've proved that I can knock anyone out.
Yeah.
Anyone out.
Is he going to be, when he feels your power for the first time, is that going to be one of those oh shit, I'm in a fight here type thing? Like,
So you're gonna see
this is not an exhibition match. I'm actually in a fist fight here.
Listen, if he feels the power, it'll have to be a glancing shot for him to feel the power. Because if it lands flush, he's not going to feel it. He's going to wake up and go, what happened? But if it's a glancing shot, he'll go, this so-called world-class striker will turn into a grappler.
Right. Okay. And if you're to pick a finish, obviously you're going for the knockout there. But are we talking 1 round, 2 rounds?
I'm a realist. Whoever makes the first mistake is going out.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the first mistake is going out.
Yeah.
And I don't intend on that being me. I've proven that I'm a lot quicker than him in terms of cognitive ability.
Yeah.
That's that was unequivocal up there.
Yeah.
And that translates into the cage.
Yeah.
And
final one for me, we spoke to John over there a little bit as well. And
John Kavanagh?
John Kavanagh, indeed.
Did you ask me, was he?
He was, actually, yeah. Well, we were talking quite a lot about you. And I asked him the question that Page up there on stage said that we've heard it in other press conferences and things like this, but he's like, I'm looking past the opponent, perhaps, being disrespectful, but I think it was just to get at you or just to cause a scene or something like that.
Remedial stuff.
Exactly. And then John says that, listen, this kid comes from a very good gym, London Shoot Fighters. There's no chance they're going to overlook this lad. No chance whatsoever. How do you feel about that? Obviously, if they overlook you, they're in trouble.
There's one of two options. One, he does overlook me, which he's saying, which I don't believe. Yeah. If he does, well, then he's after making a very, very grave mistake that's after costing him a career and a chin.
Fair enough.
The second thing is that he's not overlooking me, and that's just to give him something to seem like he has something of substance to say on stage, which he didn't.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think I think he may have overlooked me initially, but I think he now realises what he's had to get himself into. So I'd be very, very surprised if he has overlooked me now. But irrespective of what he does or doesn't, the outcome is going to be the same.